Alright, back at it with Voyager's point relays this week. I just got done installing these pink wires here. These travel down to the playfield and meet up with all of our point scoring devices such as targets or bumpers. Now before we finish wiring up our point relays, we need to fix a small timing issue with them. Let's pick on the 10-point relay and use it as our example. Whenever this relay energizes, we of course want to advance our 10-point score reel. We also want to advance the match unit. It's a little gummy, but it's trying. This circuit works because whenever I tap on the relay, I'm pushing it all the way in. This is the equivalent to a ball hitting a target switch perfectly. It has enough momentum that it keeps the switch contacts closed all the way, and for enough time that our relay can fully engage. And its accessories could fully engage as well. Now, that's an ideal scenario, but what would happen if the ball were to just clip the switch or lightly tap it? Well, now the circuit only completes for a very brief amount of time, too little time, and our relay can't fully engage. I can simulate this by tapping on the relay very quickly. As you can see, we were actually missing out on points. Well, that's no fair, and our match unit never advanced. How can we fix this problem? Let's take a look at the 10-point relay schematic so we can plot our solution. Here we can see the relay itself, the red wire which supplies power to it, the pink and red wire which travels under the playfield to a pair of scoring switches. In this case, the left slingshot and the right slingshot. Whenever a ball strikes a slingshot, its corresponding switch closes, and a path to ground is provided to the relay, energizing it. Let's add a latching element that'll keep this relay energized after it's done so initially by these slingshots. Here we've added a parallel circuit with a single switch, 10-point relay B1. Well, hey, this switch lives on the relay itself. So, whenever the slingshots are hit now, the 10-point relay energizes, which in turn closes the 10-point relay B1 switch, which will in turn latch the 10-point relay, keeping it energized so all of our accessories can fully energize as well. But we can't leave it energized. We need to eventually release the 10-point relay so more points can be earned. We still need to add a timing element. Let's take a look at a score reel unit. Here we can see the large drum, which shows its current digit. In the back we can see the solenoid, which actually actuates the drum. If we look closely down below the solenoid, we can see that there's a switch. In the rest position, this switch is closed. In the energized position, the switch opens. This is called an end of stroke switch, and it lets us know when the score reel has finished performing its task. Excellent. Our score reel end of stroke switches will provide our timing element. Placed in series with the B1 switch, we now have a solution that will latch the 10-point relay and keep it energized until a score reel has finished its job. So, when a slingshot's hit, the 10-point relay energizes, which in turn closes the B1 switch. Now, the slingshot switches can open, that's fine, but our relay remains energized through this new path to ground. This will remain energized or latched until a score reel end of stroke switch opens, at which point the 10-point relay de-energizes, is unlatched, and is ready for the next score hit. Okay, I've installed our solution. Here we can see that from the relay, there's a black and white wire that ties to the B1 switch of the relay. Here, we can see that black and white wire, and the B1 switch is right here. From the B1 switch, we have the tan and red wire that goes to the EOS switches of the reels. Here's the tan and red wire, and it travels up to the player 2 in the stroke switch, and then to the player 1 in the stroke switch. For the meantime, I have this white alligator clip providing the connection to the ground. Let's give the 10-point relay a listen. You can hear that now has a lot more force, and no matter how lightly it's tapped, we're guaranteed to get an advancement on the match unit and the score reel. Now you may have heard some double taps. This is caused by a small equilibrium forming between the elasticity of my finger and the new force at which the relay energizes. I can even get it to machine gun. This won't be a problem for the normal operation of the machine, but if it does prove to be an issue, we can adjust the sensitivity of the latching circuit by adjusting the gap between the B1 switch's blades. Regardless, with this new solution in place, I simply need to duplicate it 5 more times for the other point relays. Catch you later!